Hello students. In last video we have talked about Golgi body. We said that Golgi body is part of endomembrane system and Golgi body is located near to the endoplasmic reticulum or to the nucleus. And Golgi body has two phases, cis phase and trans phase. Cis phase is towards nuclear membrane and trans phase is towards cell membrane. Cis phase is convex in nature and trans phase is concave in nature. And all molecules produced in rough endoplasmic reticulum and smooth endoplasmic reticulum enter into the Golgi body via cis phase and they come out from the Golgi body via trans phase. Whatever the molecules enter into the Golgi body, like protein and lipid, they will get modified in the Golgi body. Say for example, proteins are produced in rough endoplasmic reticulum. They will enter into the Golgi body via cis phase. And here in Golgi body, the proteins will be modified in form of glycoprotein. Okay. And say for example, lipids are produced in smooth endoplasmic reticulum. They will enter into the Golgi body via cis phase. And in Golgi body, they will get modified in form of glycolipid. So all molecules are modified in the Golgi body, and this is known as glycosidation. This process is known as glycosidation. And when the molecule come out from the Golgi body, it comes out from trans phase. It will come out from the trans phase. And when they come out from trans phase, they are packed in form of vesicles. They are packed in form of vesicles. So Golgi body is also a site of packaging of molecules. Packaging of molecules is also done in Golgi body. Okay, so in this manner, in last video we have seen the Golgi body, and today we are going to begin the endomembrane system, and we will learn the third part of the endomembrane system, that is lysosome. We are going to talk about lysosomes. Lysosomes. So lysosomes are nothing but vesicular structures. They are vesicular structures. They are vesicular structure, and they arise from Golgi body. They arise from what? They arise from Golgi body. Lysosomes are nothing but a kind of vesicular structure, and this structure generally arise from Golgi body. If you have seen the figure of animal cell or plant cell, you must have seen this kind of endoplasmic reticulum. This is nothing but the endoplasmic reticulum. Then here Golgi body is there, Golgi body, and here a vesicular structure is present. These structures are known as lysosomes. Lysosomes. And these vesicular structure arise from Golgi body. They arise from Golgi body. So lysosomes are vesicular structure. They arise from Golgi body. And lysosome, inside the lysosome, the environment is acidic. Environment is acidic. Inside the lysosome, environment is acidic. So its pH will be generally 5. The pH of the internal environment of the lysosome, pH of the internal environment of the lysosome will be acidic, and it is near about 5. And lysosome has hydrolytic enzyme. Lysosome has hydrolytic enzymes. Lysosome contains hydrolytic enzymes like carbohydrases, proteases and lipases. What is present inside the lysosome? Lysosome has hydrolytic enzymes like carbohydrases, proteases and lipases. The name itself indicates that carbohydrases must be acting upon carbohydrates, proteases must be acting upon proteins, and lipases must be acting upon lipids, and nucleases are also there. Nucleases must be acting upon nucleic acids. Okay, so carbohydrates work on carbohydrate and they do digestion of carbohydrate. Proteases work on proteins and they do digestion of the protein. Lipases work on lipid and they perform digestion of lipid. nucleases work on nucleic acid and they perform digestion of nucleic acid. Okay, so Golgi bodies are nothing but the vesicular structure which lysosomes. Lysosomes are nothing but the vesicular structure which arise from Golgi body. An internal environment in lysosome is acidic in nature and its pH is 5. And lysosome has hydrolytic enzymes like carbohydrases, proteases, lipases and nucleases. And these carbohydrases work on carbohydrate and perform their digestion. Proteases perform digestion of proteins, lipases perform digestion of lipids, and nucleases perform digestion of the nucleic acids. Okay, and this is lysosome. Okay, and lysosomes also work as suicidal bag. You must have heard this term in standard 8 or 9. Okay, lysosomes also work as suicidal bag. See, whenever the cell gets aged, and some organelles are worn out, they also become aged. The organelles within the cell will also become aged, and those organelles need to be destroyed. And they will be destroyed with the help of lysosome. So whenever the aged organelles are there, when they are destroyed, they will be destroyed by using lysosomes. Okay, aged organelles of the cells are destroyed by using lysosomes. So sometimes lysosomes work as suicidal bags. Okay, lysosomes work as suicidal bags. So this is all about lysosome. Okay, and lysosome is having single membrane. So it is a membranous structure. Lysosome possesses single membrane. It is a membranous structure and it is a vesicular structure. Okay, it is vesicle-like and it is having single membrane. It arises from Golgi body. Its internal environment is acidic in nature and the pH will be around 5. And it has hydrolytic enzymes like carbohydrases, proteases, lipases, nucleases which perform digestion of various molecules. And lysosome is membranous structure, and lysosome also work as suicidal bags, and it helps to destroy the unimportant organelles or aged organelles of the cells. Okay, so this is all about lysosomes. Now let's talk about vacuoles. The fourth part of the endomembrane system is vacuole. We said that endomembrane system is the system of membranous organelles whose functions are interconnected. And four constituents of endomembrane system are endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi body, lysosome and vacuole. So we are talking about vacuoles now. We are going to discuss vacuoles. Vacuoles are only found in plant cells. So we will draw the plant cell only. We will not draw animal cell. Endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi body and lysosome are found in both plant cell as well as animal cell. Okay? Endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi body and lysosomes are found in plant and animal cell both. But like vacuole, we are talking the fourth part of endomembrane system, that is vacuole. We are talking about vacuole, that is fourth part of endomembrane system, and these vacuoles are only found in plant cells. So we are talking about plant cell. This is the plant cell. This is its cell wall, and this is the cell membrane. The outer part is cell wall, and inner part is cell membrane. Okay, and inside the cell membrane, majority part is occupied by a large vacuole. This is vacuole. Okay, see, this whole part is cytoplasm. This whole structure is cytoplasm. But majority part of the cytoplasm is occupied by what? It is occupied by vacuole. Okay, so vacuole is structure which is found only in plant cell, and it occupies 90% part of the cytoplasm. 90% part of cytoplasm is occupied by vacuole. 90% part of the cytoplasm is occupied by vacuole. Okay. And the membrane of the vacuole is known as tonoplast. This membrane is known as tonoplast. Membrane of the vacuole is known as tonoplast. Okay, its membrane is known as tonoplast. So second point regarding vacuole is tonoplast. Third thing regarding vacuole is these vacuoles have water in it. They have water inside. They have excretory products. They have excretory products, and they have sap inside. Okay, so three things are present inside vacuoles. They are water, excretory products, and sap. Three things are present inside vacuole. They are water, excretory products, and sap. Okay, so we will write about that. They have water, they have excretory products, and they have sap inside. Okay, what is the part of vacuole? Vacuole has water, excretory product, and sap. Then generally this tonoplast sends molecule against the concentration gradient. Okay, this tonoplast sends molecule against the concentration gradient inside the vacuole. See, say for example, sodium ion is there. Okay, its concentration is less in cytoplasm. And sodium ion is also present inside the vacuole. And here its concentration is more. So concentration of sodium ion is less inside cytoplasm and more in the vacuole. And if this tonoplast allows the transport of sodium from cytoplasm towards towards the vacuole. Here the sodium ions are traveling from cytoplasm towards the vacuole. So they are traveling against the concentration gradient. And hence there will be more and more accumulation of sodium inside the vacuole. More and more sodium will be accumulated inside the vacuole. Okay, I hope you are getting this. Sodium ion concentration is less in cytoplasm and it's more inside the vacuole. Even though the vacuole is transporting sodium ion from cytoplasm towards vacuole, then also if the concentration is less in cytoplasm and more in vacuole, then also tonoplast allows transport of sodium from outside to inside. That type of transport is known as against the concentration gradient. Okay, that transport is against the concentration gradient, and so the concentration of sodium ion will be more inside the vacuole. Okay, so what is function of tonoplast? Tonoplast allows transport of molecules against concentration gradient. Tonoplast allows transport of the molecules against the concentration gradient. Okay, so concentration of that molecule will be high in the vacuole. And that's why these vacuoles generate osmotic pressure. They generate what? They generate osmotic pressure. What is the function of vacuole? Vacuoles produce osmotic pressure in plant cell. So this is the function of vacuole. Vacuoles produce osmotic pressure in plant cell because of what? Because of transport of molecules against the concentration gradient by tonoplast. Okay, because of the transport of molecules against the concentration gradient by tonoplast, the vacuoles generally produce osmotic pressure in plant cell. So in plant cell, who will produce osmotic pressure? Vacuoles will produce osmotic pressure. Why? Because they have high concentration of the ions and molecules inside them. Why? Because tonoplast allowed transport of molecules against the concentration gradient. Okay, so I hope you are clear about osmotic pressure. And bus remaining there is nothing. We will talk about protist. Okay, protist Protists are unicellular eukaryotic organisms. Okay, protists are unicellular eukaryotic organisms. And in protists, after ingestion of food, after ingestion of food, food vacuole is produced. Food vacuole is formed. You have learned this in standard 10. Okay, whenever amoeba tries to eat the food, that amoeba will extend its pseudopodia. Okay, and then a food vacuole is produced in amoeba. So that food vacuole is produced after ingestion of food, and this type of food vacuole is produced in protists. Protists are unicellular eukaryotic organisms. That is amoeba, that you have learned in standard 10. Okay, whenever amoeba eats the food, it will produce first pseudopodia, and with the help of that pseudopodia, it will ingest the food. And a food vacuole is produced in amoeba. Food vacuole is produced in the amoeba. Amoeba is example of a protist organism. Okay, chalo. So we have talked about food vacuole also, and let's talk about gas vacuole. Gas vacuole is found in bacteria. Okay, like purple sulfur bacteria and green sulfur bacteria. Purple sulfur bacteria and green sulfur bacteria are photosynthetic bacteria. And photosynthetic bacteria have gas vacuole in them. These gas vacuole will give buoyancy to the bacteria. So gas vacuole is present in the bacteria like purple sulfur bacteria and green sulfur bacteria, which are a type of photosynthetic bacteria. And this gas vacuole provides buoyancy to the bacteria. It helps in swimming. Gas vacuole helps in swimming. Okay, so this is all about vacuole. See, what we have discussed in vacuole, that vacuole occupy 90% part of the cytoplasm, and the membrane of the vacuole is known as tonoplast. And vacuoles have water, excretory products, and sap. And vacuoles are found only in plant cells. Sometimes they are also found in euglena. In euglena vacuoles are absent. Okay, they have contractile vacuole. Okay, rather they have contractile vacuole in amoeba and in euglena and in paramecium. They have contractile vacuole. Which type of vacuole? Contractile vacuole. This vacuole help contractile vacuole. This vacuole help in osmoregulation. Amoeba, euglena, paramecium have contractile vacuole which help them in osmoregulation. Which helps in maintaining osmotic concentration. Okay, so amoeba, euglena, and paramecium have contractile vacuole. Protists like amoeba, after ingestion of the food, produce food vacuole, and some bacteria have gas vacuole. So these are the different types of vacuoles. And vacuoles are mostly found in plant cells. They occupy 90% part of the cytoplasm. Their membrane is known as tonoplast. They have water, excretory products, and sap. And the membrane of the vacuole, which is known as tonoplast, allows transport of molecules against the concentration gradient, and hence it helps to produce osmotic pressure. And in protist organism, after ingestion of the food vacuole is produced, like in amoeba. In bacteria like purple sulfur bacteria and green sulfur bacteria, they have gas vacuole. This gas vacuole provides buoyancy and it helps in swimming. And amoeba, paramecium, and euglena have contractile vacuole in them, which helps in osmoregulation. Okay, so this is all about this is all about vacuole. In this manner, we have completed the whole endomembrane system. Endomembrane system has 4 parts: endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi body, lysosome, and vacuole. So remaining 2 parts also we have covered in this video. In the next video, we will learn mitochondria. We will begin with mitochondria, but today I am keeping up to this only. I am keeping up to vacuole and lysosome. So we have covered endomembrane system, and in the next video we will begin with mitochondria. Okay, best of luck.